What's going on, folks? Ted from Immersion here, and I'm very excited to bring you the exclusive first look at something that a lot of you have been excited for, and that is Monster Manual Expanded 3. Now, as of the time of me recording this video right now, it's not even available to you on the DMs Guild, though it will be, and upon its release on the DMs Guild, I will add a link to the description, which will, by the way, will be around 1 a.m. Friday Eastern time, so that'll be the 30th of July at around 1 a.m. Eastern time. So I have worked with DM Dragonix, the creator of the Monster Manual Expanded series, over the years for Monster Manual 1 and 2, and because we've worked together so long and I've been such a strong proponent of these books, he was nice enough to send over this copy in advance. Also, be on the lookout coming this Saturday for a top 15 monsters from that book, which I will be doing. So what this is going to be is just a very high-level kind of overview, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that I'm excited about in it, but I'm not really going to dive into the specifics as to why I like something or why I dislike something or whatever. The top 15 will cover what I like. So I also have some notes about it from the creator. We'll talk about that. But yeah, let's take a look. So first of all, take a look at this. This art is just, also the art throughout the book, amazing, and in some instances terrifying. Like, some of it is legitimately scary. But anyway, here's the front cover, and it has a really cool story behind it. I wanted to talk about that. So if we scroll down here, first of all, obviously, we have bookmarks and tiered bookmarks. See, there's multiple tiers of bookmarks here. That's important. Anyway, moving on to the cover, right? So get this, it says, so it features several dragons in it, which is also one of the highlights. And again, with dragons being big in the news right now, that's also awesome. So he says, I wanted to go with a type that's never been seen in one, and decided to go with a multi-headed dragon that was inspired by the dragon Calistrix from the 4E Monster Vault threat to Nentir Vale. However, I didn't just want to have a typical portrait type cover. It had to be one that featured an epic battle with the adventuring party, featured several times in this book, which is cool. In a Tyranny of Dragons campaign I ran 4 years ago. So it's actually the adventuring party that you see in this was a Tyranny of Dragons game that he ran. That's like, you'll see those characters throughout the book. And that's always something that I thought is absolutely amazing. Like, if you're an artist or you're a creator and you have this kind of stuff, to use that to help, I think that's really cool. Anyway, the resulting jaw-dropping artwork was created by the amazing Ruben Davella. I have to thank him greatly for his patience and genius for capturing and nailing my specific character, action, pose, lighting, and scene requests. So, very cool. So let's take a look at, as we scroll down and take a look at the table of contents. So a couple things to note that I'll share with you here as we look at the table of contents. It's 286 pages. It's 287, but there's front and back covers and things. There are 320 different stat blocks in this book, and it is going to retail for $34.99 on the PDF copy that you can get on the DMs Guild. So, and he says that roughly comes out to about 12.2 cents per page. And then goes on to say, compared to the top 10 bestsellers on the DMs Guild currently, the average price per page is 19 cents per page. So you're getting a lot here, and he's cut the cost significantly. And the print-on-demand version of those will be available late November, early December. So if you'd rather have this in a physical form, which I can attest to how great they are, both copies of, I have both Monster Manual 1 and 2 expanded, the print-on-demand are definitely worth it. So, and then it'll also have the benefit of fixing any kind of typos or things that are brought up in the PDF version. So that'll have kind of any edits that are made here. If there's adjustments or people find comments and things where there's issues with the PDF, that'll get adjusted, and the print-on-demand version will have that in it. So, anyway, let's take a look here. So we can see here's the table of contents, and I just wanted to talk, and we'll scroll through a couple of these, but like I said, top 15 coming on Saturday. But I love the additions of all these extra Archon types, both actual Archons and fallen Archons. These guys, I think they're a swung. I forget how you pronounce it. There's just a pronunciation section there. The art for these are terrifying. Like, legitimately scary. We got a couple other beholders, which I like seeing. Like the Eye of Golgothra is a combination beholder Otyugh, and the Gorbal are weird little like head-sucking orb things. We also have a large expansion of different creature types that are the common sort of mob type creatures that you, when I say mob, I mean like the kind of minions and the ones that you fight early on in droves, but these have a lot of advanced stat blocks to make them useful later on. So you can see bugbears, bullywugs. If we scroll down, we'll see there's gnolls, there's goblins. My kobold boys got some serious love in here as well. Hobgoblins, orcs, and so on. We got the reintroduction of Draco Taurus, which I'm pretty excited about. We have a bunch of different dragons, as you can see here, right? We've got brown, gray, purple. Then we have a variety of different age categories as well. A couple other things like Hellfire worms. We've got an Elitha dragon, right? So that's a dragon that's undergone Ceramorphosis. We've got a whole series of templates in here too as well. But there are templates, as you can see here, for multi-headed dragons. But like I said, there are also legitimately templates. So there's a 2-headed dragon, a 3-headed dragon, and a favored dragon of Tiamat template that you can apply to any dragon you so choose. Also spectral dragons as well. Let's see. We've got a bunch of different types of giants. Look at this. There's all these different kinds of fire giants. A bunch of options there. Some new golems. Really just one hag, but that's okay. Gardenals, I'm pretty sure. Oh, a different kind, elder guard drakes, which look really cool. Baby Kieran, some more Kuatoa, including the Leviathan, and I love that the Leviathan is basically the updated Kuatoa Leviathan art from back in 3.5. I thought that was pretty nice. Bunch of new kinds of Nagas. We've got like para elementals, so these are kind of other sorts of elementals here. Pegatars, which are centaurs, but they're a Pegasus instead of a traditional, just a horse. A variety of different kinds of plants, which I think is really nice because we always talk about how plants are not a thing that we have. We have Revenant templates here, so if you want to make different versions of Revenants, that's an option. Different Sphinxes. My favorite boy, Shocker Lizards, make a return as well. Some vampire spawns, and then wraith mages, and then a large variety of NPC characters. So let's go ahead and use those well-annotated bookmarks and take a look at some of just how awesome the art is. So if we scroll back, we can see a variety of different Archons here. These are basically like angelic champion style creatures. And some of these we've seen in the past in other editions, right? I remember specifically from 3.5, the Lantern, Hound, and Trumpet Archon. But I know they added some as time went on. So you can see here's the Justice, the Owl. We can scroll down. We'll get a couple more here. Warden, Sword Archon, which actually has swords for arms, and a Throne Archon. And then what I thought was really cool is then there are fallen versions of a lot of these. Harbinger, Injustice, Hellhound. And then we've got Ravager, Hellblade, and Tyrant, which I thought was really cool seeing just the difference in the changes there. I told you I was going to show you these guys. Look at this art. How creepy is that? Right? A swung, an accursed humanoid that transforms into a fiend. In its natural form, an Uswung resembles a typical humanoid. At night, it can change its shape into a cunning demonic predator. It hunts other humanoids and feasts on their blood, organs, or life force. Look at this. It is terrifying. And it doesn't get any better when you keep scrolling through. Look at this big hulking style guy. Look at this thing. Right? This could keep you up at night. You can keep this book away from your kids. See this? These guys are just, oh god. Okay. Let's move on through a little bit here. So we talked a little bit about beholders. I told you we had the Eye of Golgothra, which is the beholder combined with an Otyugh. As you can see here, it's got the Otyugh tentacles as well as its own little beholder eyes. Also, I wanted to show you the Gorbals, which I will check out their stat block. See, they're like stupid beholders that like chomp on your head, and they've got little arms. As you can see, they have a 3 intelligence here. They explode when they die. And they have pack tactics, and they have claws, which can do some piercing damage. And it's a grapple restrain, and then a bite. And I just love this art here, where the goblin's getting munched on. We can see again here a variety of different bugbear. Also, the art is just fantastic, like I said, throughout the book, for a variety of different kinds of creatures. There's some new awesome bullywug options as well. Alright, let's jump ahead to... well, we got some creepy deep spawn action here. But check out this demon, right? Do you see all the torn apart angels? The Hierophant of Annihilation? And a lot of these are higher levels as well, so they have a variety of lair actions and things, which is pretty nice. Here's the Draco Taurus I was telling you about, right? Draconic centaur creatures. But obviously we want to talk about dragons, right? Because that's one of the biggest sections of this book. So here we have brown dragons, sort of desert dragons, if you will, sand dragons. We have art even for the different... Here's that adventuring party, again, we were talking about. Fighting this adult brown dragon, which has an acid breath and can make a sand tornado with its legendary action, which is pretty sweet. Then we're going to get our nasty... Look at how vicious this gray dragon looks. Then we can jump ahead to the purple dragon. And then I wanted to show off, here's the Hellfire Worm. Sort of a magma creature made from, I think it's made from, as part of her agreement of being a subservient champion of Asmodeus, Tiamat, the Queen of, Dragon Queen, provided the Supreme Master of the Nine Hells some of her eggs. The eggs were brought to Mephistopheles and infused with Asmodeus' blood. The dragons born from these eggs were raised to become draconic agents loyal to Asmodeus and the ruling archdevils of the Nine Hells. These dragons became known as Hellfire Worms. Let's see what they've got. They've got Hellfire Breath, which looks like it just does fire damage. However, the creature becomes vulnerable to fire damage until the end of its next turn. Oof. That's brutal. Well, look at this. Look at the... And there's, again, art of the different... age groups. Here's an Elitha dragon sucking on this drow here. Here again we can see there's a template, right, for our 2-headed dragon. I love this 2-headed black dragon art here. And then there's a 3-headed red dragon. And then the favored dragon of Tiamat, which gives you multiple heads, but of different color dragons, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's jump ahead a little bit. Where we want to go. Oh, we got a whole bunch of different kinds of Eladrin. Also, again, with epically awesome art to look at. I skipped the giants. We can take a look at the gnolls real quick. See a bunch of different gnoll art. We've got different goblins as well for a variety of different sections there. Oh, the guard drakes. Look at this art for the elder guard drakes. They look very draconic. Here's the guard gnolls. They're basically animal-like celestial creatures. Just for a variety of different animals. There you go. There's our hag, some hobgoblins. Let's go ahead. Oh, my boys. Look at how badass these kobolds look. Like, this guy looks like he's gonna mess up your day. And then look at how happy the dragon singer is, just over there with their lute, having a good time. Well, I just love it. Alright, let's look at our dragon singer. Here he is. So, pack tactics still, sunlight sensitivity, advantage on interactions made with dragons. Has some bard spellcasting here, as you can see. And then has dragon song as a bonus action. You can perform a song that lasts until the start of the kobold's next turn. Song of Dragon's Might. Provided the kobold isn't incapacitated, any ally that starts his turn within 30 feet of the kobold can hear the kobold, and they can hear it, gains advantage on the next melee attack and strength ability check until the start of its next turn. Song of Dragon's Fortitude. Provided it isn't incapacitated, any ally that starts his turn within 30 feet gains advantage on saving throws until the start of its next turn. Or Song of Dragon's Presence. Any enemy that starts his turn within 30 feet must make a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw until the end. Oh, there's a little issue right there. Become frightened until the end of the start of its next turn. So we found a little typo right there. If a creature's saving throw is successful, it is immune. Now this, I like this dragon song because this is very much what like Bardic Song was like in older editions, where you would play a song and it would give you different benefits. So it kind of reminds me of that. So I do like that. Couple other notes here as well as we're going through. The stat blocks here, as you can see, are updated to be in line with what's currently in Van Richten's guide. So that's proficiency bonus here, right, being added to the stat block. Bonus actions getting their own separate section, as we can see here. Spellcasting moved up here into actions. So to stay in line with the latest Wizards of the Coast products, all of the stat blocks have been adjusted as such. I wanted to talk about the Kuo-toa, but I wanted to show you the Leviathan art, because this is a much scarier version. Oh, and you can see, again, it's the same characters, right, of what the original Leviathan art was back in 3.5. And these things are, I think originally they were gargantuan, but this one happens to be huge. But you can see it's got all sorts of, it's just like a massive Kuo-toa that can eat you alive. I wanted to look at the Nagas. Yeah, look at all the different Naga options we have. Dark Naga, Bright Naga. There's an Eldritch Naga. A Ha Naga. But then we also have, this one's fighting a dragon. Yeah, like disintegrating a blue dragon's face. And then we also have the Iridescent Naga, which is a good one. Just super cute. And then here's a Naga Hydra. Ugh, terrifying. We got some new Nosferatus as well, also with terrifying art. A bunch of different orc types. I wanted to show you the art for the Pegators, right? So satyr or centaurs rather, but with Pegasus and Pegasi instead of, yeah, I guess Pegasi instead of traditional horses. Shocker lizards. I don't know why, but I always really liked shocker lizards from old editions. They're basically just like a regular lizard that is infused with electricity. I just always thought they were really cool. So here's the standard stat block for a shocker lizard, right? Immune to lightning, can detect electrical discharge within 120 feet. Its bite does a d6 piercing damage plus 2d6 lightning, and it has a lightning shock, which it does in a 15-foot radius centered on itself. DC 11 con save, or take 3d6 lightning damage. If it fails by 5 or more, it's incapacitated, and it can chain lightning shock as a reaction. If a creature within 15 feet of the lizard uses lightning shock, if a creature within 15 feet of the shocker lizard uses lightning shock, the shocker lizard uses lightning shock if available. So they can kind of chain lightning, right? If you have multiple shocker lizards around. I think one of the reasons I always really liked it is it was an option pretty early on to get as an improved familiar for wizards and sorcerers, or anybody who had access to familiars back in 3.5, and I think that's why. But I also like, not only do we have the standard shocker lizard, we also have a hatchling version. This is the original art, by the way, what it looked like here back in 3.5. We have a hatchling, we have a giant version, which is large size, which is pretty crazy, and then a monstrous version here, which is a challenge rating 6, which is pretty cool. We also have a bunch of different kinds of sphinxes, like a dog sphinx. We have dog, crocodile, dragon, wolf, bull, and then I forget what the Threxus sphinx is, but I look at this crocodile sphinx. That's awesome. I mean, you know I love crocodiles, so that's a little biased on me, but and then there's a draconic sphinx, which I like. And then there's it's a crane, I guess. So here's the Thessal monsters. Rare creature born from the genetic experiments of the Mad Lich Thessalar, an Archmage Transmuter, who is rumored to have created the Mimic, the Owlbear, and a few other amalgamated creatures. Now, we've heard of the Thessal Hydra before. Here's a Thessal Gorgon, but I wanted to show you the one that was the most terrifying to me. The Thessal Trice, which is a cockatrice mixed with, like, a Hydra kind of a thing. That That's like the worst Sarlacc of all time. You can see some more of the crazy art here. And then, yeah, we dive into NPCs, and there's a lot of really good NPCs, right? So here's a legendary Archdruid, Archmage, Assassin, Bandit Lord, Barbarian, Bard, Blackguard, as I've been told it's pronounced, a Blade Singer, Champion, Cult Leader, Druid, Gladiator. So some of these are the stat blocks. I think actually a lot of these are stat blocks we already have contained within like the monster manual. High Priest, Knight, Mage, Monk, Necromancer, Priest, Ranger, Sacred Fist. That one I don't think we obviously have, but I like that. So it's like a monk with some divine spellcasting, inner armor. Cool stuff there. Templar, Thug Captain, Warlock of the Fiend, Warlock of the Great Old One, Warlock of Undead. And then in the very end of the book here, we have creatures by type, the different types in D&D. We have creatures by environment, and then we also have creatures by challenge rating. Just nice quality of life stuff to have. So there you go, folks. That is my quick 20 minutes long, my early review preview of the Monster Manual Expanded number 3, which, again, I'm very excited about. There's just so much awesome content contained inside there. And like I said, I didn't want to dive into everything in depth, but I did want to show off a lot of what it has to offer. And then again, be sure to tune in Saturday for a top 15 as I actually give you my picks for what I like the best within this. And it's going to be hard, as you can tell. There's a lot of awesome things in there. So I'll have links in the description to both Dragonix, DM Dragonix, the person who created this, their Facebook, and their Twitter. Like I said, I will update as well with a pinned comment at the top of YouTube, as well as the top of the video description, a link to the DMs Guild with the actual product there. It'll also be an affiliate link, so if you do happen to pick it up through my link, I do benefit slightly monetarily from that. And I didn't actually remember to bring them down here, which you might have seen on social media. I got a whole bunch of Nerd Immersion stickers printed, and I wanted to talk to you about what I'm thinking about doing. So I have a P.O. box, if you didn't know. There's a link in the description, right? It's in every one of the video descriptions to my P.O. box. If you want to send me a self-addressed stamped envelope to my P.O. box, I will then put a sticker in it and send it back. You don't have to send anything with your self-addressed stamped envelope. You don't have to send a note or anything. You just send me the envelope, and I'll drop the sticker in and send it right back to you. But if you want to send something else, you're more than welcome to. So thank you to DM Dragonix for sending this stuff over for review and giving me the official scoop on this over everybody else. Like I said, I'm very excited for this. It's going to rise right to the top of the bestsellers on the DMs Guild, hands down. So let me know what you think, and I will see you all next time.